Good to
Hello,
Larry,
everyone.
California.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. I would like to be the first one to tell you, welcome to Second Mass, a guild greater than any other, a guild feistier than a menstruating Wookiee, a guild now large enough to date your mom, and the guild that may or may not exist. We would like to remind you that in this guild that may or may not exist, please remember to ignore the black hover droids. The black hover droids will not harm you. The black hover droids belong to Oz, and as we all know, Oz would certainly never harm anybody. Good evening, Second Massers. This is your news broadcast, first ever live transmission. I'm your host, and you shall know me only as the voice of Second Mass. For those of you who don't know me, there is no shame. The voice of Second Mass generally rides the back of the Second Mass bus. But today, my dear listeners, I shall Rosa Parks that shit. And yes, my valued listeners, let me tell you my feet are tired, and I'm not getting off. No, really, I'm not getting
like
off.
Richard Nixon.
Now, a message from our sponsors, Black Hover Droid Inc. If we don't watch you, someone else will. Our top story, the ongoing prosecution of our tumultuous leader, Oz, who would certainly never harm anybody. Sadly, I must report he will not be joining us until the end of the broadcast, as he has been temporarily detained. I would just like to say in his defense, that Wookiee said she was 18. In other news, the Second Mass Detention Center announced today that, by means of seduction, inmate Master Terrain escaped his shackles and is now on the loose. Chief Warden Master Corsuni issued the following statement earlier today. Master Terrain is to be considered highly dangerous. He is armed with a hilarious arsenal of racist humor and off-colored jokes. Should you encounter this man, you are hereby ordered to contact your local dealers immediately. Our hot topic today, guild members who tragically live with the condition known as micropenis. Let's welcome our first caller, Master Tavry, you're on the air. Master Tavry, are you coming through? Well, my miniature membered friend, please don't be shy. It's just you, me, and a few dozen of our closest guildies. And really, truly, those rumors of human experimentation and the abominations of the Second Mass laboratories has long since been disavowed. We will be sensitive, a kinder, gentler guild. Now share with us your teensy tinkler troubles, Tiny Tim. Well, I'd like to take a short moment, and I'm certainly our lady guildies will join me, to remind all our callers today that it truly isn't the size of the Death Star that matters, as long as you're destroying a small asteroid or Now time for a music segment. Please enjoy this randomly selected and totally irrelevant selection.
Short dick man. What in the world is that fucking thing? You need some fucking tweezers to put that little thing away. That has.
That was awesome, Tay.
That was
Let's try something different. Our apologies.
Tiny dancer in my hand.
I'm sorry. Seem to be experiencing some difficulties. One moment, please, listeners.
Hold me closer, tiny dancer. Oh, keep going, please.
Let's take our next caller. Master Cappuccino, you are on the air.
Well, hello.
Wait. Let me ask you this. Since we all know you're not serving cucumber at your proverbial petite pecker pity party, what are we talking here? Like a kosher dill or a little cocktail-sized gherkin? Now, time for our randomly selected and completely irrelevant music segment. Please enjoy this classic.
There goes a little man.
I'm sorry about that. More technical difficulties. Let's take one last caller. Everyone welcome Master Ferula. I want to ask you what's on everybody's mind at your, shall we say, Pee-wee picnic. Does the basket match the walking stick, if you know what I mean? Or are you still packing lunch for two? Oh,
I'm
wait,
still
listeners.
packing lunch for two.
I am being passed a note, listeners. Our subcutaneous leader Oz, who would certainly never harm anybody, would like me to make the following announcements. The guild break is only to be used as a timeout chair to defuse situations, as this is routinely inspected by the Republic Health Department, and sadly, access to Oz's torture chamber, which does not exist, shall remain restricted to Oz's Holiness himself. A message to our moderators. Here in Second Mass, we're not Nazis loyal to Hitler, no. We are loyal to the almighty leader Oz, who would certainly never harm anybody. We would only need to address a fellow guildmate in the circumstance that if someone is offended and the behavior won't stop, or if someone is stealing, insulting, begging excessively, bullying, or defiling a corpse as the young guildies do, but all lethal injections, beheadings, gun squad, shark tank, or any other execution of any kind shall remain restricted to the secret Second Mass death squad that does not exist. Moderators should investigate and get the context first. Talk to people around. Get the feel. If the halls of Second Mass are filled with the laughter of its members, why interrupt? Handle any situations on a one-on-one basis and do not group up. Let a bad joke or two slide, and then be professional. Be diplomatic. And in case of emergency, call Batman. Or Group 1. Our goal here in Second Mass is to moderate as little as possible. Remember, if someone is bothering you, and you are personally involved, contact a Group 1. There is a conflict of interest. Our Second Mass legal department has added that Second Mass has many deep and dark secrets, and its bad public relations is a liability. As a general rule, all things must be kept quiet, handled with discretion. On a positive note, all our escape pods have dead clowns living in them, and you will be unable to use them until further notice. Finally, promotions in the air. Our voracious leader Oz, who would certainly never harm anybody, has decreed all level 3s are promoted to level 2. I'd like to say congratulations on behalf of all Second Mass, and please report to the nearest black hover droid for reconditioning. Finally, please remember to advertise the million credit contest and raffle, as your leader commands. That's our show tonight, guildmates. Thanks for listening, and tune in next time for our new Gamorrean sex trade expose. Second Mass broadcast is brought to you by the makers of Mandalorian poison tip knives. You stab them, we'll do the rest.
Oh,
I jumped like 4 times. I should not have been eating dinner while listening to that.
now I get to go and eat dinner.
Was that not like the greatest guild meeting ever?
Fantastic, guys.